Oh, hello. Every day at 3 o'clock we stop for tea around here, which is exactly how it should be if you ask me. Today I've invited you here to show you how to make the perfect cup of tea, so you too can host your own Arabella Williams style tea party. The first thing you want to do is get your pot nice and hot. I don't care what type of pot you're using, whether it be earthenware or fine china like we have here today. You want to make sure you've thoroughly warmed it up with nice hot or boiling water prior to putting the water you're going to use for steeping your leaves. The reason for this is if you put hot water into a cold pot, it's going to bring down the temperature, and if you use the same water to steep the tea, you're going to get dreadful tea because it isn't steeped at the proper temperature. Now, while your pot is heating up, you have to consider whether you'll have traditional tea leaves, and if that's the case, if you're going to make an entire pot or just a cup. Now, if you're going to make a pot because you have company, hopefully, you're going to use 1 teaspoon of leaves for every person and 1 for the pot. It's an age-old adage. If you decide you like your tea a little weaker, feel free to do so, or a little more strong, feel free to do so as well. You're going to put the leaves right into the pot, and then you're going to use a strainer to strain them out as you pour into your cup of tea. Now, if you're just making an individual cup, they do have these lovely strainers that you can use to make an individual cup of tea, which is probably what I would end up doing today, since all my social invitations have been returned for some reason lately. Nobody seems to want to go out visiting. So another alternative is this brand new invention, the tea bag. Now, it's just been patented here in North America in 1908, so I've got an advanced one that isn't even out on the market yet. Gets the job done. It was invented quite by accident, I hear, when a tea seller was sending out samples in these silken bags. Some people who were not knowledgeable on the proper way to make tea, like you will be at the end of today, decided to put the whole sample bag into the pot, thinking that this was a new invention. Well, obviously the gentleman capitalized on that and patented the idea, and they've slowly been gaining momentum in the United States. I don't know that it'll ever catch on in Great Britain, however, but we'll see. So once you've decided which way you're going to make your tea, you also have to consider a few other things for your party. Stimulating conversation starters, should you need them. You want to have them in your back pocket. But another thing is what you're going to serve your guests to eat. There's a long way between luncheon and dinner, and tea by itself is not going to fulfill your guests. So what I had Cook make me up this morning are these lovely tea biscuits. When you accepted my invitation, I did inquire of Cook where she got this recipe, just in case you should ask. She told me it's from a brand new cookbook called Culinary Landmarks, and it was put out here in Port Colborne just a year ago. All the local ladies of St. James Parish provided recipes, and I got a copy off of Cook to provide you with should you decide to make your own lovely tea biscuits. No matter what you decide to discuss or what you decide to serve, know that at 3 o'clock you are not alone to sitting down to a civilized cup of tea.